Hey, how's it going? Thanks a lot for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be showing everyone how I make my wooden American flags. So I start off with one 1x6 and one 1x8 of select pine that I got from Lowe's, both 8 feet long. You'll also need a 1x2x8 if you decide to put the support brackets on the back. I really like using the select pine for these projects because there are no knots in it. It is pretty straight, pretty flat, especially if you go through and pick out the ones from the pile. And I don't have to do a lot of milling work on it, so it's a lot faster to use. So after breaking down the boards at the miter station, I have my white stripes, red stripes, and material for the union. So here I am finding the pattern that I like the best for the union boards, and I will draw a triangle on them so I can remember what the orientation is going to be. Then take them over to the joiner just to clean up the edges with a couple light passes. This is another reason why I like to buy the select pine boards from the store, because they come from the store pretty flat and square. I don't need to join a face or plane at all, and I get to keep the full 3/4 inch thickness. Sometimes I make these flags out of hardwood, and in those cases I'll buy 4/4 or 5/4 lumber just so I have some extra material in order to mill the pieces. So next I'm going to sand each of my pieces to 120 grit quickly. It's easier to do it now before I cut these into strips. And there's another reason why I'm sanding these right now before I cut everything, which you'll see further on. Next I'll give all the pieces a light burn with the torch. It's important to get a consistent pace when you're doing this, going from left to right or right to left. If you stay on one spot too long, you get kind of a circle looking burn mark, so you don't want that. And it's also important to go completely off of the board on either the left or right side or top or bottom as you're going. It's just kind of like when you're spray painting. So with pine, it's really important to do a pre-stain conditioner, just so that when the stain goes on, it doesn't get all blotchy. Okay, and the stain colors that I'm using are navy blue by Minwax and barn red made by Varathane. So after the stain is dried, I'm going to add a coat of shellac to all the parts. And the reason that I like to do this now is to protect the parts during the next steps in the process, and also to help clean up any glue squeeze out that I have when I go to assemble this. So since I have a CNC, I'm going to go ahead and use that to carve out my stars. But you don't need to use this. You can use a Dremel and hand carve them if you like, or even just chisels. I see a lot of people that do that. They look really cool. But for me, I like to use the CNC. So a quick hit with the torch will get the stars matching the rest of the flag. And then afterwards, I'll hit it with a little bit of sandpaper just to knock down any fuzzy spots. And also to give it a little bit of a weathered look. So now we're going to start chopping this thing up. And I'm ripping these pieces to about 1 5/8 inches for the strips, and that gives me a little bit of room to run the strips back through the joiner and planer real quick just to get them all exactly 1.5 inches and lining up good for the glue up. And now we're starting to look like a flag. So the glue up's pretty straightforward. I'm going to start with the 7 short stripes that go on the top of the flag, and then the bottom 6 longer stripes. I'll do those second. And this is one of the main reasons why I do that first seal coat of shellac over everything before I glue up, because it makes the squeeze out cleanup really easy. And as I'm gluing up these panels, I'm really just paying attention to make sure that the front side of the stripes are lined up and in the same plane. I'm not too worried about the back because I can sand out any inconsistencies when it's all assembled. So to join everything together, I'm just going to use the domino in the loose setting. So I'm making a few reference marks here for that. But of course you don't need to have a domino. You can use a biscuit joiner or dowels even for this, just as easy. And this is another reason why I coat everything with shellac, because as I'm processing these parts with the domino and moving them around and stuff like that, it just helps protect them. One more round with the domino just to connect both the halves together. All right, everything is now put together. We just have a little bit of detail work to do. I cut all the rough stripes about 1 inch longer than I needed to, so I'm going to use the MFT table just to square up both the sides. And I'm going to hand sand the entire flag with 120 grit and round over the edges a little bit. I sanded the back flat, and now I'm just going to go and hit the sides with the torch. And even though I glued all the pieces together, I still like to put the support strips on the back of it, just because I think that it helps keep it flat over time. And also it kind of helps the flag project off the wall a little bit, so it looks kind of cool. All right, now we're pretty much done. Just gonna slap a brand on it and put a few coats of shellac on. I really like using shellac for these projects just because it's super easy to apply. You don't have to sand in between coats if you don't want to, unless you got nibs or something on it, but It's really easy to apply, really hard to mess up, and it looks good. Even with the brush too. I mean, I have a little sprayer that I use, but sometimes I just don't feel like getting it out, and being able to apply finish with the brush is great in my opinion. So there we have it, my process for how I make my wooden American flags. I know that these are not new and pretty popular over the years, and I know there's a lot of videos out there. I think I've seen all of them, but I just wanted to share how I make them. So hope you liked it.